Hey everybody, I am Susanna from Elevate Health and Fitness, and this is...
Hi, I'm Tim Heitman. I work with Oakville Gardens. I'm a Michelin trained chef, and today I'm going to teach you how to make some delicious chicken at home.
So we are doing a collaboration with Elevate Health and Fitness and Oak Hill Gardens. We thought it would be a super fun thing to show basically what both of our businesses do and mix basically fitness and health. And the thing is, you all know I'm really good at doing the workout portion, but I'm not as good at doing the stuff in the kitchen.
Right, and that's kind of where I come in, where I like to make wild and crazy extravagant meals for people, but I also like to cook very simply at home for myself, for the people I care about. So this is going to be, this will be a fun little collaboration between the two of us.
Yeah, so I am super excited, and this is going to be a way to make like perfect chicken, y'all. Not like Susie chicken, like perfect chicken.
Yeah, we're going to do it a couple different ways, some of which are a little more technical, but wind up with a really wonderful result, and then just simply in a pan and in the oven. So I think our first move is to use a fun looking vacuum seal bag here. We're going to do some sous vide chicken for everybody.
Okay.
So what we have is a food saver bag, and you can buy these wonderful little food savers at Walmart or any other big box store or online for fairly cheap. And the benefit of this is you can cook your chicken, keep it in the fridge, and that way all you have to do is microwave it or throw it in the oven just to get it warm. So it is fully cooked after going into the water bath for about an hour. To do that, you're going to take your little bag, season it with some pink salt here. And I have some herbs from our garden, a little bit of rosemary and some thyme. You're going to see this in all three of these preparations. But if you don't really have fresh herbs, you can use something from the store like these pre-made blends, and it's going to be just fine, quite delicious. The good thing about using a sous vide situation is that you don't need a lot of fat. So it's all going to cook in its own juices and marinate. And super tender.
So you just put it in the bag with it. You don't actually have to like cut it up or anything.
Nope, you can just put it straight in the bag.
Very cool, okay.
Yes. Just have to edit that out for a second. Cool, here we go.
See, I'm handy.
Can't find the trash can here. Just a little bit of olive oil, more for flavor than anything else. And our fresh herbs. Thyme, rosemary. It's also a garlic clove and some lemon, but you can put whatever you want. If you want to do kind of an Asian style chicken, you can put soy sauce in here, a little bit of ginger. Really no rules to it. Whatever flavors you like, go for it.
So you're not even taking it off the sprig. You're
just straight in. It's actually going to make it easier because then all you have to do is take it out of the bag. You don't have to kind of pick through it. It's kind of a restaurant trade secret is if you keep your herbs big, you can pick them out after you're done cooking, and that way you don't have to, take everything off the sprig.
My mind is blown right now. Okay.
Vacuum seal this real quick. Walmart or anywhere else.
Yeah, I've seen these at the store.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone do this.
There you go. So over here, we have our water bath set to 150 degrees to fully cook the chicken at a low enough temperature to not make it stringy. This way, if you do want to pan roast it or throw it in the oven, it won't be overcooked.
Okay.
And we're just going to drop it in here and forget about it.
Okay.
All right, sous vide chicken at home. Next method, we're going to oven roast it.
Okay.
So this is one of my favorite things in the world is a silicone baking mat. You don't need parchment paper, foil, or anything like that. And if you're also trying to keep the fat content low, you don't need to use any kind of oil. That way, it's fully non-stick, can withstand really high or low temperatures, and it makes it super easy.
So if you're trying to save calories at home and you're trying to lose weight, which is 99% of us that are watching this video right now. Continue.
All right, so once again, we're gonna use some pink salt and season the chicken. Want to make sure it's nice and flavorful.
Okay, going to add in a little snippet here. So Pink Himalayan sea salt is going to restore your magnesium and your potassium levels in your body. If you suffer from migraines, if you suffer from any kind of muscle cramps, anything like that, this is super important. You need to be having a pink Himalayan sea salt or just a regular, sea salt, just regular in your diet. So back to the reel.
Yeah. So we're just gonna set it on this tray, a little bit of thyme to give it some flavor, and I am gonna do a teeny bit of olive oil on the top just so the herbs can kind of let their flavor soak into the chicken through the oil. But
And it doesn't matter if your chicken breast is super thick.
it does not. So we're just gonna let it roast in the oven for a while, and we'll make sure to temp it at 160 degrees, and we'll be good to go. Okay. The oven is set to 350 degrees, by the way, in case you can't see it from across.
You can't because my giant lats are covering.
Yeah. All right, now over to the pan. It's gonna be a little live action cooking here. This is exciting. It's been a while. Just gonna get this pan heating up, medium-high heat. We're gonna try to find a relatively thin chicken breast. Pan cooking a chicken breast is pretty tricky, especially if you're avoiding putting it in the oven. And I feel like a lot of home cooks have a hard time cooking a chicken breast in a pan at home.
You mean all of us?
Yeah, myself included, literally everybody. It's just so much more, in my opinion, efficient to do it in the oven or in a sous vide. But if you're not wanting to wait an hour and you want to try to get it done fast, the pan is going to be the way to go. You do need to use a higher amount of fat to cook in the pan so the chicken doesn't stick to it. And remember that the pan itself isn't what's going to cook whatever vegetable or protein. It's actually the oil kind of conveying the heat from the pan.
Okay.
So that's why you gotta use oil.
Yeah. No,
We're just gonna.
I agree. Now, on your oils, do you always use an olive oil?
I'll use olive oil for flavor mostly, but if I'm personally cooking at home and I want to get like a really nice sear on a scallop or on a piece of steak or something, I'll use canola because it has a higher smoke point.
Okay.
Olive oil has a lower smoke point, but for chicken it should be fine because we don't want to cook it fast at a high temperature. We actually want to go a lower temperature for a longer time to make sure it's fully cooked all the way through.
Okay.
I want to hear that little bit of sizzle sizzle.
Okay.
The other thing a lot of cooks do at home is they'll mess with the chicken a lot. They'll move it around, they'll try to flip it over too much. Better just to kind of let it do its thing, but really cook all the way through.
Do you have a certain amount of time? I'm going to talk a little bit louder here because I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to hear us. Before you check it or before you turn it?
It's going to be more like a visual cue. Now, I'll explain that as we're going. So what we're going to look for is the color of the cooked chicken coming up along the sides.
Okay.
And that's indicating to me that the heat is starting to move through the chicken breast.
Okay.
It's not like a specific time because it's going to vary based on the thickness of the chicken breast that you're cooking.
Okay.
Also, cooking like a chicken tenderloin in a pan is going to be much easier than a full-on chicken breast. It's going to be much faster. It'll take 5 minutes. Yours will probably take about 10 or 15.
Really? That long?
I think so, yeah. You're pretty big. So that's also the benefit of doing pre-work. So doing something like this in the water bath, this chicken will be fully cooked. So all we're doing is getting it warm in the pan. So it's kind of like step 1 and then step 2. We'll save you time down the road, but it just takes a little bit of preparation ahead. Step over to the sink for just a moment. Watch it fall off my hand.
Holy crap, y'all. My mind is blown by all these things. You feel like you need a chef in your life? I do.
Let's see what kind of tools we got here. These will work. There's just gonna be some downtime here.
Okay.
This is when you get to stand and lean on the counter and have a chat.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, you tell me.
So that's actually why I asked you about the oil was the smoked one. Because I know like coconut, for instance, does not have as high.
Correct.
And so you can't cook it for very long or it's
Yeah.
gonna fill your house.
It's, believe grapeseed oil has a very high smoke point as well, but it's kind of expensive, so that's why I deter from that. The same with avocado oil.
Yeah.
They both will work and have a high smoke point, but
Yeah, pistachios, can't use that, but it's great on a salad.
oh yeah, pistachio oil is delicious.
Yeah, so
Hazelnut.
good. Just use it on a salad, but don't
Yeah.
do it.
We've got to do a little video about salad dressings and how quick and easy they are to make at home.
So,
Stay tuned for that.
yeah, that'll be a fun one. Trying to think of questions that we need to ask him, y'all. In the comments below, let us know the things that you need to ask him. Butter. Okay.
Butter, my favorite ingredient in the world.
Oh Lord, you all should know how much butter my grandma consumes, and now how much butter she has my daughter consuming. Like she literally will take her finger and just eat butter now because my grandma has taught her to love butter that much.
I love butter.
It's a
I do the
problem,
same thing.
Lord.
The amount of butter I put on a piece of bread is
Oh.
disturbing to most people.
Oh
but
yes,
It's so
yeah,
good.
you and my daughter, you guys could just eat butter together. Now she just wants butter to be like in a mound.
Yeah,
Like if it's melted, it's a problem.
Right.
She wants to see it.
yeah. I want to be able to see it. The room temperature just
Yes.
slather on the butter.
Yeah.
That's the way I like to go to.
Exactly.
Especially
You
on like
actually
a
cook with it in a pan.
I
very
do a lot,
much?
yes.
Okay.
When I cook almost anything, pan from pasta to vegetables to like this chicken, for instance, or a steak, I use a lot of butter.
Okay.
But for the sake of this video, trying to step away from that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people associate butter with really high calorie
Yes.
and unhealthy foods. But if you're kind of focusing on a fat-based diet and low carb, it's okay to use butter. But
Yes.
I don't want to.
And we will talk about that at another time, you all. The difference between calorie weight loss and a low carb weight loss. And if you know me and my approach to weight loss, I actually don't do low calorie. I actually do a low carb, higher fat. And that is how I do. I do intermittent fasting, and we can talk about that another day. So I eat butter. I like butter.
That's how the bag now.
But I don't do crazy amounts. I actually ate 2 pieces of bacon before this video started. You know,
Wow.
I know. Yeah, so you can knock me if you want, but it gave me abs. So it's working for me so far. So there is that.
So as you can see, the color of the chicken is starting to lighten around the edge. I'm
Okay.
not sure if we're going to be able to get that on camera.
Will it hurt the chicken cooking process if you lift it at all and show them?
No, no.
Okay.
Of course not.
So that way you
Yeah.
can kind of see just a little bit of the shade.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
And then just kind of lift it up that way to the camera.
come on, buddy.
If it will.
Editing. Editing is going to be key on this one. All right. So as you can see, the color of the chicken is starting to lighten around the edges, showing that it's cooked. It's going to be a good time for you to flip. And see how we're getting that nice little crust? That's what you get when you're not flipping your chicken too much. You can get a nice little sear on there. It's going to be crispy. The proteins are caramelizing. Lots of flavor.
I feel like that is my joy when I am cooking. And y'all, I'm not a cook. So I want you to go ahead and know this about me. I'm not a cook. But we know there's a crust
Yeah.
on the protein.
It's delicious.
Yes.
I'll show you how to cook a perfect steak sometime. High crust.
I would love you. Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll get there next
Y'all, and when there is the perfect amount of butter when you're cooking your steak, and I don't know, I like to do my steak in an iron skillet. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's something weird and sentimental about it that I like with butter
time. Yeah.
and a good crust.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of science behind why a cast iron skillet is the preferred way to cook steak. It's because it retains its heat so well that when the steak hits it, it doesn't cool down. So it allows it to continue cooking, unlike a non-stick pan or something like that, which will drop in temperature.
You mean I did something right?
Yeah. It's the way we do it
Did
in
you
all
hear
our-
that? I did it right.
That's the way it's done.
Oh, I'm feeling good about myself, y'all.
So after we flip the chicken, we have it kind of finishing through, and this is going to be a good time to add herbs to it.
Okay.
If you put herbs into a pan right away, they're going to burn. So we want to wait for the last minute. And what we're doing with the herbs is kind of seasoning the oil.
Okay.
So you don't need to put it right onto your protein or whatever you're cooking. You're going to set it next to it and let it kind of hang out and do its thing. And if you hear the popping of the herbs, it's a good indication that the flavors of the herbs are getting into the oil.
Okay, so you all probably can't see this, but he has it right to the side of the chicken breast, and then he is just kind of moving it around to either side of the chicken breast.
Showing what's going on here a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna let it hang out, do its thing, and this is when you would usually throw in a gross amount of butter and then start spooning the butter with the herbs over the top of your chicken or steak.
Spooning butter.
Yes, basting.
Paste.
Yeah, that's how we would do it in a fine dining restaurant. That's how we cook all of our steaks and all of our seafood. This is the exact same process.
That's beautiful. And how much time do you think is left?
I would say this is probably going to take about 7 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then from there, what we're going to do is let it rest.
Okay.
Letting proteins rest is really essential to keeping all the juices in when you're cooking something like on a pan specifically. A lot of people have a tendency to take their meat or vegetables is obviously less important for us, but they'll take their meat and then start slicing it right away and then all the juices run out. So you want to kind of let it rest for about half the amount of time that you let it cook for.
The smells in this kitchen, y'all.
Smells pretty good.
Oh my Lord. Hello Fresh ain't got nothing on that.
We're going to take a second here and check on the chicken in the oven. It will probably take quite a bit longer than our pan chicken, but it's also hassle-free, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So while your kids are having tantrums, that can be, cooking. I cannot tell you how good this smells.
Yeah, we have quite a bit. Smells good though.
Wow. So that's amazing. And apparently I should be cooking with herbs.
Fresh herbs, best friend.
Don't do that. I do this.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I
Quick
know.
and easy.
It's quick and easy. I do McCormick herbs on a regular basis.
Takes the guesswork out.
It does.
The great thing about herbs too, you can go to a garden store, you can go to even Lowe's and buy a living herb, and if you put it in a pot, it will grow forever. I avoid buying a packaged herb from a grocery store.
Yeah.
$3 or $4 for a tiny little plastic thing of herbs,
Oh,
and
I
it's
know.
the same cost to buy living herbs that you can plant and will regenerate. These are actually herbs from our garden at Oak Hill that I started from one of those kind of like potted herbs from the grocery store, and we put it in a pot, and now they're taking over the entire pot.
What herbs are you using today?
Right now we just have rosemary and thyme, and later we're going to use some basil for our zucchini and tomato pasta.
I challenge you today to go and get some fresh herbs at your Lowe's or whatever, because I'm going to go and do that today after this is over. And then I will make Maddie take care of them and keep them alive.
There you go.
That'll be part of her homework because she's stuck at home right now.
We're getting there. Pretty close.
Oh man, you don't want to eat this.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see, maybe. Okay.
Going to
Big plate.
move this out of the way.
You have a good white plate.
Yeah. See how we're looking on this side now. We're also getting a nice little crust over here on the back side. And there are certain things that you want to flip flat. Like I personally like to split steaks frequently.
Okay.
Because what you're trying to do is, if you're trying to cook a steak kind of medium rare, which is what I like,
Yes.
you want to continuously flip it to take each side off of the heat. With chicken, you're trying to cook it all the way through. But with steak, you just want to sear it on each side for maybe 30 or 40 seconds and just keep flipping it and keep flipping it. That way you won't have a lot of that gray layer for your beautiful medium rare. It's about establishing crust, not about cooking it through. So that's kind of
I have no idea. Okay.
the difference between chicken versus steak in a pan.
Okay. And do you ever like hold it on the side?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Probably not with this. I'll usually do that more for roasting like a half chicken in a pan, but this we're just gonna let kind of go through. I'm trying to keep it simple and not worry about technicalities too much right now. So we'll get there. It just takes a little bit. I also do everything by touch. That takes time.
I was gonna say, y'all, we ain't there yet.
A meat thermometer is your best friend.
That's it. Yeah, I was just gonna say that's where my heat thermometer comes in.
When cooking poultry, I think it's really important to take the poultry, so chicken or turkey or whatever you're cooking, take it off the heat 5 degrees under. That way it will kind of carry over.
Okay.
If you cook it all the way to 165 degrees, it is going to be dry.
Okay.
We're looking pretty good here. We're just going to take this off the heat and let it rest for a bit, and then we'll slice it up.
Okay. Gonna give you all a close-up look of this. See this goodness, like dang Skippy. Isn't that pretty? I wish you could smell this. I wish it was smell-o-vision because it's so good, man. So we will, in just a moment, go through and slice it, but whew, it's good, y'all. No smell-o-vision for you, though. Only for us.
For us. Okay.